Does this sound familiar?
I'm bored. Only take me fishing.
Well, welcome to my Take Me Fishing series, where I'm going to give you some hints and tips on how to take me fishing. Today we are fishing for flathead from a boat at Lake Tyers. Lake Tyers is renowned for fantastic flathead fishing. So we're going to start with soft plastics. That's what we're going to use today. Paddle tail style soft plastics. We might start from this 65, Sprat 65, and that's probably the shortest you use. You can go up even bigger if you like, up to about 100 mil. Natural colours are the way to go. Nice and clear, bit of sparkle in them. But if things aren't working, shake it up. Put something like this on. It's bright pink, but it can still catch fish. It just depends what they feel like eating on the day, of course. The jig head we'll use is a 7-gram jig head, and that is on a size 2.0 hook. Now, I like a 7-gram jig head because it gets the lure to the bottom nice and quick. You need to have the lure on the bottom all the time, as much as possible. So if you're in shallow water, you might use a 5-gram. If you're in deep water, you might go to a 9-gram. Play it out on the day, see how it goes. So let's get cracking, get some flatties. If you're looking for a spot to fish, have a look at the edges and see what the terrain looks like. You want to sort of find something that's gentle sloping is a good spot, because it's coming into the water and it just keeps going down like that, and the shallower water is really warm, and the fish at flathead love. Oh, big tailor just jumped. There he goes again. Sorry, where was I? So the water is quite warm on the edges, and flathead really like that warmer water. They like to just sit up on it and they sort of bury themselves in a bit. And they sit there and look for, but they wait for bait fish to go past, and so they can just lie there in the sun. They get warm and then they get to have a feed. So yeah, I'd recommend looking for those sort of areas. I'm in about 8 foot of water here, but what I'm doing is I'm casting to the bank because I want to work the lure back towards the boat. So cast to the bank and let it sink, and then once it's hit the bottom, then I'm just going to lift it up off the bottom and then wind up the slack and let it sink again. I'm going to work it all the way back to the boat. I have just from experience, I think that flathead will follow the lure. They will see it, and they can see it from quite a while, meters away, and they'll swim towards it. So yeah, you have to work it all the way back to the boat. So I'll just talk to you about the line that I'm using. This is braid, and I chose this bright green colour because it's really easy to see, especially against the dark water. So when you cast out your lure, you can watch the line, you can see it really well. So it sort of goes out and it's straight because it's got the tension of the lure, and then when it hits the lure hits the bottom, you see the line get a curve in it, so you know it's on the bottom. The other good thing is when you can see the line and you watch the line, if you're watching it sink, you can actually see the flathead take the lure because the line will move and you'll feel it. And what that does is it grabs the lure and then it goes and sits on the bottom. So it grab it and sit on the bottom, and so you don't have to panic, you don't have to rush. You've got a fish on. All you have to do then is lift that rod up and set the hook in its lip, because it's usually in its lip, and then you're on, and it's all hell breaks loose. Hopefully, anyway. So yeah, watch that line. It's a really good tip. Oh, just felt that tick. Oh yes, yes. Oh, he took it. I felt him take it, like hit it, and I lifted the rod and there was nothing there. So what I did was I left it, I let it sink again, and then I felt that tick again, so he came back after it. Oh, that's so cool. All right, and just get this one in. Oh no! Oh, he spat the bloody hook. Oh, rookie error, that one. So another spot to fish for flathead is actually on drop off. So we've been right up here in the shallows, and now we've sort of come out, and you can see there's bits and pieces in the deeper water, but it's, you know, you're coming in off the drop off, and they like to hang around on the drop off because that's where they, you know, you can get a lot of bait fish and stuff. So yeah, that's another great spot to target flatties. So at the moment what I'm doing is I've got the trolling motor set and I'm just slowly mooching along that drop off, so I can see if I can find a patch of flathead. Flathead will tend to be in groups, schools I suppose, and you can quite often, once you catch a flathead, then keep fishing in that same area, because they tend to, the smaller flathead tend to group around big mummers, and they're the ones we like to catch. We like catching all fish of course, but the big mummers is what the goal is. So yeah, if you find one flathead, stop there and really work the area. So another really great spot for you to target flathead are points. So you can see it come in like that. Well, that goes all the way under the water and under the boat. And what it does is creates a structure, and fish love structure. It comes in shallow and then it's got drop-offs, and because it's a point that comes out, the bait fish tend to sort of collect on it a bit. It's a bit of a highway, you know, so the water, the current will go past the point, so it creates eddies, and so calm bits for the fish, predator fish, to sit and lie and wait for those bait fish to go past in the current. So an absolute prime spot for you to target flathead. I just had a hit and I lifted it and it was heavy, and then he let go, so just doing some small hops and just working that lure still, just in case he decides to come back. Be nice if he did. No. Bugger! Ooh. Something's going along over there, look at that. Hey, over here, Complete Angler in Ringwood are offering this rod and reel combo as a special for Purple Patch fishing viewers. So click on the link in the descriptions, it'll take you to the website and you can get more details there. Bait fish, and there's probably some tailor chasing some bait fish over there. Maybe I should cast there. Finally, I'm on. It's a nice flatty. Oh, whoa. Okay. That was a nice bit of a run. It was a very typical take. I saw the line, the line tick. I felt it, and then he hit the bottom, and then I lifted. I knew it. Oh, this is a nice fish. It's important to keep a bend in that rod, and if he wants to run, just let him run. Don't fight against it. Keep that line tight, that bent rod. Look at that rod, look at the bend in that rod. Oh, hey, I can see him now. I'm not going to take his head out of the water, because I think that's how I lost previous fish. I'm just going to let him go, but face his head this way. And once he comes back, I'm just leading him over to the net. Get that head in. Come on. Yes! I got a fish! I got a nice flatty! Oh, he's lovely. I'm going to take the lure out and I'm going to show you. I'm so excited. It's taken me forever to get a flathead in the boat, and I've lost a couple at the side of the boat. They've spat the hook at me, and Finally, I've done it. All right, this is a beautiful 53 centimetre flathead. Just gorgeous. Now, the legal limit is up to 55 centimetres, 30 to 55 centimetres. So if we wanted to have a feed, we could actually keep this flathead. It's actually a really nice size, but we don't want to feed today. We're going to put her back. Now, just notice I'm really supporting the body here. You need to look after your fish when you catch them, especially if you're going to release them. So I've got my thumb in there where I've got a good grip, and I'm supporting that belly so that I can put her back and she can swim off. So let's get her back. All right, I'm going to put her into the water. I'm supporting her body until I get her into the water. And now I can just give her a swim. She's actually already biting me, so that means she's nice and healthy. But I just give her a swim, get a bit of oxygen back into her, because I want to release her in the best condition. She's just beautiful. I love the colours on them. Oh, just beautiful fish. I'll let her go. She's ready to go. She has bitten me a few times. So off she swims. Ready? There you go. Off she goes. Wow, I love catching flathead. They are just a fantastic species to learn to fish on, and I think everybody should get out and have a go with them, and enjoy it. Enjoy those ones when you finally get your fish. All right, now that I finally got a fish in the boat, I'll tell you the reason why I caught it. You can see the scum line behind me, and underneath there's weed, and I can see the weed because I've got my Polaroid sunnies on. And I can see that that's, where there's been bait fish busting up, there's been tailor jumping. So there's lots and lots of activity. So I knew there had to be a flathead there somewhere, and I got him. I know I'm going to get another one. Well, you asked me to take you fishing. I hope you have had some fun, and I really hope you've learned something. A massive thank you to Complete Angler in Ringwood, and I will catch you next time.